Jerry Durham, and we're starting the countdown series. I'm excited about this. Someone gave me this idea, and really, the next 5 episodes are going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown. What I like is the first 4, 5, 4, 3, 2 are basically problems we deal with, right? Problems we deal with in our business, problems we deal with trying to turn potential new patients into people who arrive, pay, and stay. And when I put the first 4 together, I realized, wait, these are 4 problems. And so number 1, the last episode, will be a solution and basically wrap up the first 4. So the countdown series, and this is number 5, right? Because we're counting down, and it's 5 ways to make sure new patients don't arrive for their first visit. What's very important, and the reason people don't arrive for their first visit, is we don't make it about them. And I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons and the 5 ways we don't make it about them when they first contact us. When we first contact them, maybe it's a Facebook ad, maybe it's a person calling in, maybe it's a website form. It's one of those things. But there are 5 things we miss out on, and the more we miss out of those 5, the increased likelihood of them not arriving for their first visit. And number 1 is we don't acknowledge enough. We don't acknowledge them. We don't acknowledge their name, and we don't acknowledge why they are calling us today, the reason for connecting with us. So the number 1 reason why people don't arrive for their first visit is because we forget to acknowledge. The number 2 reason why people don't arrive for their first visits is because we don't address their problem. And by problem, I mean their goals, their desired outcomes. Again, their reason for the call today. Acknowledging them is like someone saying, I have low back pain, right? Okay, Jerry, I hear you have low back pain. Using their name, repeating things back and showing we're listening is acknowledgement. This number 2 is we don't acknowledge, or we don't talk about, we don't get the definition of their problem they are trying to solve. Low back pain is not a problem to be solved. The result of the low back pain is what we need to get to. I can't go to the gym because of pain, and I wake up every morning and for 30 minutes I have pain. That is the problem to be solved. So the number 2 reason that people don't arrive on their first visit, because they don't understand how we can help them with their problem, because we never ask them about their problem, right? A diagnosis is not the problem to be solved, my friends. Number 3, the number 3 reason why people are likely not to show up for their first visit is because we don't get their expectations. This is huge. All of these are huge, but this is huge. Expectations correlate with outcomes. If I expect something from you and you deliver it, then we're all happy. Trust is being built, and likely the outcome I desire is going to be achieved. So we must get their expectations, right? So if we don't get their expectations on this first point of contact, their likelihood of arriving for their first visit decreases. So far we have, right? Number 5 is we don't acknowledge them. Number 4 is we don't get their problem to be solved. Number 3 is we don't get their expectations. By the way, positive and negative. What do you expect from us? What have you done in the past? These are all expectations. The number 2 reason, right, for increased likelihood of them not arriving for their first visit is they don't know they are seeing an expert. This is baffling to me, the number of secret callers I've done. And again, on your website, on a web forum, and a Facebook ad, they must know they are seeing an expert. It's proven in the research, people want an expert. Number 5 is we don't acknowledge. Number 4 is we don't define their problem to be solved. We don't ask them. We don't have a conversation around them. Number 3 is we don't find out their expectations around how they think we can help them, what they've done in the past to help them. Number 2 is we don't let them know we have the expert that can help them. And number 1, and by number 1, these are all right. Basically, I just put them in order. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this isn't the most important because they're all equally important. The number 1 reason here, or the last reason here, is we don't set up an expectation around what they are going to get for their time, money, and energy. Time, money, energy, all three of those by arriving on the date that we scheduled them for. So if I set someone up at 10:30 on Friday, they need to know, right, why they should arrive at 10:30 on Friday. And it is a cascade of all these things I just told you about. So we must bundle that up and tell them what they will get for their time, money, and energy on Friday at 10:30, right? So those are the 5 reasons or 5 ways to make sure that someone will not arrive for their first visit. Leave any of those off. Leave a combination of those off. I do secret callers. Most calls, leave 3, 4, 5 of those off. Nobody covers all of them. So again, the increased likelihood of a no-show cancel on the first visit is because we didn't collect one of those 5 things. We didn't acknowledge them. We didn't get their problem to be solved. We didn't get their expectations. We didn't make sure they know they were going to see an expert. And we didn't let them know what they were going to get for their time, money, and energy on their first visit. All right, cool. Thank you. I want this to be simple and easy. I want you to take this back to the clinic today and see if this is happening on your first phone call. Thanks for coming.